welcome to Meg and Keto Work. I'm Meg, and today we're going to be making avocado chocolate cookies. I actually haven't made this recipe before yet, so I'm really excited. These are going to be delicious based on the description. First thing we need is going to be a small ripe avocado. This one is pretty ripe, I gotta say, and if you only have large ones, half of a large one will do just fine for this as well. I'm actually going to cut this up a little bit in the peel to make it a little easier for mashing. We're gonna scoop that into a large mixing bowl. While we're doing this, by the way, the oven is preheating to 350 degrees. Probably just pop the pit out right here and just cut it with a fork because this is definitely ripe. Alright, so we've got that guy in there. And now we're going to mash it up really well with a fork, which is not going to be difficult because it is very soft. It might take a little longer if it's slightly underripe for you, but that's fine. It's still going to come out great, I'm sure. In terms of avocado desserts, all I've made myself before have been avocado brownies, but they're freaking delicious, so I see no reason to suspect these will be any different. So, we've got, that didn't take long at all. We've got our avocado nicely mashed in there. Now we are going to be adding, we're going to add 1 egg to that, as well as 1/3 of a cup of sweetener. I'm using Lakanto monk fruit sweetener. Add that there. There we go, 1/3 of a cup. And we're going to give that what I'm doing. Trying to mix it up for you. There we go. Put them in the right holes and then they'll be golden. Alright, we're going to give this a quick mix. Alright. Now, get them to stand up. Yeah, awesome. Next we are going to be adding 1/2 of a cup of cocoa powder. For that chocolatey goodness. Come on. Okay. I'll use my scooping spoon to beat this down a little bit. Perfect. It's been a while since I've used cocoa powder, apparently. But it's still perfectly good. I made sure it was all in date, as you should. Okay, there we go. Now we've got about 1/2 cup. We can add that. And we are also, for extra goodness, this is going great so far. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of unsweetened shredded coconut. Fancy shred unsweetened coconut, actually. That's exciting. This isn't going to go in here. Okay, I'm going to grab 1 other spoon. The point is that they're going to taste good, okay? Alright, let's make a mess of this while we're at it, because what is baking about if not making a bit of a mess and then getting to eat the delicious reward? Alright, my question to Western family is why make a resealable package if the hole is not big enough to get anything out of in the beginning? Let me know in the comments, please. Okay. This is cocoa nuts, guys. Alright, that needs to go away for a minute. So, we have about 1/4 cup. We're going to put that in there. And because we are dealing with cocoa powder and it can be a little messy, we're actually going to mix this part up with the spoon instead of the mixer so that it doesn't go everywhere. It smells like chocolate. Very exciting. little bits of cocoa powder clumps I'm just trying to beat down here. But we're going to be giving it a mix with the mixer again, so that'll take care of those. Alright. Scrape that off here. Do you guys ever just eat the batter raw? Because I do all the time, and I think it's probably one of the best parts. But, you know, we're going to show you how these actually come out. Right there. Alright, next we're going to be adding one full teaspoon of baking powder. Get that in there. We're going to be adding just a dash of salt. I'm actually using no salt, which, if you're not familiar, is a salt substitute. It's really important to keep up on your electrolytes when you're following the keto lifestyle. So this is actually a substitute for salt that's really potassium, but it tastes and looks just like salt. But you get those extra micronutrients there that way. So we got a little bit of that. And we are also going to be mixing in some Nutty Light dark hazelnut spread. We're going to go with a tablespoon of this. Try and get the liquid portion instead of the chunky bits for this endeavor, so it'll mix better. Ah, this stuff is so good, I can't even tell you. Alright. Okay, we're gonna give that a mix with the mixer. Last but not least, definitely not least, we're going to add some chocolate chips. These are from Krista, the Evolution of Sweet. Very good stuff. So we're just going to do about a handful. Toss those in there. And we're going to fold those in with the spoon that we used to mix before. So this is what we're working with. We've got a nice creamy looking batter, and we're going to start scooping this out onto our prepared pan. This will be a good test to see how many this recipe makes, because as I said, I haven't made them. But I'm kind of looking for a thicker, more decadent sort of cookie myself. So I am making them on the bigger side. Feel free to make them smaller if that's how you like it. I just want that fudgy goodness. It's going to be awesome. Now, since these are actually flourless, no nut flours or anything, they're probably not going to flatten out on their own, and there's no butter as well because the fat content comes from the avocado. So if you want to flatten them down, by all means do that on your own. I think I'm going to do a crisscross pattern in these guys to get them down. I know that's a little more of a peanut butter cookie thing, but I just think of it as a cookie thing. Ooh, there's an idea for a future episode now. It's going to be my 3-ingredient peanut butter cookie mix. Let me know if you're excited about that by liking or commenting down below. Alright, I think by trying to make these a little on the bigger side, we might end up with just 10 cookies. And then I get to lick the bowl. I promise I'm 26, I am not actually a child. That is the best part. Alright, we're going to use our avocado fork and crisscross those a little bit, and we're going to get some little bits of avocado there on the top, which I think might add a little bit to the texture of the cookie itself. They're a little too sticky to properly crisscross, so they're actually just getting flattened a little bit. That's okay. I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's not about aesthetics, it's about the taste. I say that and then I watch one of those like cake-off shows on Netflix and I feel really bad about my not very aesthetically pleasing baking. But then I eat it and I feel better. Alright, so we've got our 9 avocado chocolate cookies. They're going to go in the oven for between 10 and 12 minutes, and then we will check back with you and show you how they come out. Here we go. We're going to set a timer for 12 minutes and we'll check back. 12 minutes later, here's what we've got. Oh, look at that. Alright, we're going to let these cool and then it's taste test time. And we're back. So, we've got our still slightly warm from the oven avocado fudge chocolate cookies. And we break this guy open. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty freaking good if I do say so myself. And now. They're like really moist brownie-like cookies. This recipe is staying in my repertoire, most definitely. So, without any further ado, I really feel like eating the other 9. I mistakenly said there were 9 earlier, but this batch made 10. If you like this video, please feel free to like it, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your family. Oh, that's so good. I'm sorry. Please follow my Instagram if you're interested in what I'm making or what I'm up to at Making Keto Work, and we will catch you next time. Bye for now.